Hey there, it's Vel again. This didn't take too much time to pass before we started the next video in the Babylon example here, because and I wanted to start the video here because it's turned 25, and guess what's happening? Tribal raid. Fortunately, this one should be fairly easy to control. It looks like we've got some lead time. Unfortunately, our king is severely ill and has a pretty good chance of dying early, which is unfortunate as hell. Uh, I would rather have the research and chew through another tech, to be honest with you. We're gonna make her a delver. Not that we have any any governorships except for the one, of course. But okay, so let's address the very large barbaric elephant in the room. We're not ready to receive barbarian raiders, and yet here they come. We only know where the one Vandal outpost is. The event confirmed that it's the outpost near Nippur. So this is where the raiders are heading. And unfortunately, Nippur has no defenses yet, although they will have a slinger in 2 years' time. That's a long time in game time. We want to go ahead and take navigation so we can get off this island. We have done as much as we can do here, and long term, we need to begin curtailing these raids. And the only way we really effectively going to do that is by getting in the water and going to get them. So that's what we're going to do. Now, I can get uh, one of my militia down here thanks to a pretty extensive waterway. I am going to get this warrior down here again thanks to the same waterway. So in 2 years, I'll have 3 defenders in the south ready to receive um, some barbarians. That's not enough. I need I need more than that. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this guy down too. That'll give me 4. That's theoretically enough, but 2 of them are militia, so they don't hit as hard as the main troops. But that at least gives me, and this is the waterway kind of saved my butt. This at least gives me some type of an answer to the barbarian the barbarian raiders. So that's all we're gonna do to get ready for them. I mean that's really all we can do. Fortunately, we did not get raided from multiple directions at once, although, you know, that's probably going to happen at some point. So for the rest of the turn, we're going to focus on worker jobs, make sure the workers can do their stuff. And I think I'm just going to put, I would love to have the garrison up there, but that's actually not, well, actually, that is a really good spot, right? Garrison, uh, barracks, because that pushes the borders out. And then see what I like about this is the garrison's a nice defensible tile on a hill on the beach. So if we get raiders from here, this putting a slinger up here, and that would give us a bunch of border tiles just by doing that. Putting a slinger up here or an archer later would give me a huge field of fire that he could rain death down on them. Plus, having a barracks here means I could guard the coast and earn XP at the same time, which is awesome. I love that. Yeah, that's actually a pretty cool spot. I don't want to spend 90 stone on a barracks right now, so we're not doing that. But I mean, hell yeah, that's great. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do then is come back here and just do a mine because he would get the adjacencies. Yeah, yeah, let's do that. And we need to bulk up that iron count anyway. So, right. So the main purpose of this video, one, is to show you that I'm not just pulling numbers out of my butt and that year 25 barbarian raids, that's a thing, and it happened. Uh, but also let's get some on-screen practice in fending off a barbarian raid, and our goal here is going to be let's defend against the raid and try not to have them hit the city, or as much as we'll as much as possible try to have them focus on us, not the city, so we don't take uh, any additional discontent, because it'll be plus 10 discontent per hit if somebody lands a blow on the city. So let's try to keep that from happening. Now we're not quite done. This guy is going to heal because he can heal outside the borders. And this guy, yeah, okay, we're going to try to thread that needle and not get hit again. Although, yeah, he's on flat, so he's not going to hit it. Okay, so we're fine. A lot of Gauls up here, and they don't like us. So this kind of tells me where I want to go first, right? These guys are already at war with us, and they already don't like us and want to kill us. So we get a boat in the water, and we can start chipping away at these barrier islands to our big island here. And then if raids come, they'll hit these guys and not the developed core or not the capital. The border bump really helped us out here because this gives us a pretty broad swath of territory for raiders that coming from this way. Uh, so we can fight in our own borders, and if we get dinged up, we don't have to run away to heal because the borders we're already in the borders. So that's pretty handy. Now, a couple of other things we're gonna do that I wanted to demonstrate in this session is we're in this video we're gonna start building some structures that are unique to Babylon, or at least semi-unique. Like, for example, nobody ever complained about, oh my God, I got all these orders and I don't have enough stuff to do. Because you can always given enough time horizon, you can always find shit to do with orders. So like if you have 10 unspent orders every turn, then you pop out a few more workers. Now all of a sudden you got plenty to do with your orders. So we're going to build not not an orders pump exactly, but we're gonna leverage some resources to get some additional orders. Like here we're working on the Shrine of Marduk, which by itself produces 2 civics, and yay, we like civics, so that's good. But then when this is done, we build a wonder, any wonder next to it. Shrine of Marduk now produces 2 civics and an order. Okay, well if we built the pyramids next to it, for example, the pyramids would give us culture and an order and cheap laws. So now, with these 2 buildings, if we could do that, we would have 2 orders. Even if we can't, if we built this and say the Great Ziggurat, which is what I was originally envisioning, we would have 2 culture or culture from the wonder, 2 civics, an order, and cheaper terraforming, tile improving forever out of it. That's a pretty powerful 1-2 punch. We get an extra order. We don't spend as much on tile improving, and we get extra culture for Babylon, which gets them to strong faster, which is amazing. So yeah, that's awesome. So we're gonna build a an inquiry pump down here, which means what we're gonna do is like this guy. We got 12 civics here, right? So this guy, we make him a specialist, and he gives us 2 civics. And then that gives us 14. So then we can build the next specialist or whatever faster. So we do this. And then we do this specialist. That gives us 3 stonecutters cranking out more civics. And then we add a forum. That gives us more civics. And then when we come time to build this and get our extra half in order, we can build them faster. And then when we jump down here to build these, well, we can build all of these faster because now we have a crap ton of civics. And so now we can just spit these out like nobody's business. And we're getting that extra culture and extra 20 research when these things get done. And then this gets more expensive because as we go up in culture, this becomes inquiry 2 and it gives us more research, and then inquiry 3 it's strong. And but the point is we build our civics up first, and when we get cool buildings like courthouses and ministries that add civics, well, this is where they go, because for special projects, courthouses and civics are basically like barracks. They just add, instead of where barracks add training points that make your troops train faster, courthouses and ministries add civics, which makes all this crap build faster. And this is really good crap, so we want it to build as fast as possible. So we're just gonna, like build structures and train people and whatever that help this city do this faster, because this is really the main reason we like this city. This right here, especially. So we're gonna build stuff that makes this work better for us, and we'll step through that as we go. Now we do need a city that's just dedicated to building shit that can kill shit. And right now, Eshnuna is our troop center, even though there's nothing about Eshnuna that says we're good at building troops. But so I think what I'm going to do is actually have 2 troop centers. Babylon is our growth maven. So anything that we need, settlers, scouts, uh, more militia, Babylon's our guy, because Babylon produces far and away more growth. Well, not far and away. Actually, Esnuna kind of catching up. But Babylon right now is our top dog in terms of growth. So until that changes, Babylon kind of, and we can actually, this is fun. This is a thing. So Esnuna is in second with 15.4 growth. Well, let's take a look at Esnuna. Okay, so they don't get the fancy +4s like the Hunter City do, but there's another +2 out here. So we could turn Esnuna into I got 15. So that would be 16, 17. We could drop a granary in the middle of the works. That would be 18. Granary has another +1. And then we could build the Shrine of Ishtar somewhere here, which would give this city +2. So that would give us a 20 growth if we did all of those things. And that would make it, you know, rivaling Babylon in terms of, so these 2 cities would basically be our breadbasket, and there's some value in that, right? Because having all of your eggs in one proverbial basket is nice, because you can make that basket super efficient and super good. It's also risky because if anything ever happened to that basket, then you are screwed. So having 2, big growth cities to fall back on, and also making this a good troop center, which you could do just by tossing down some barracks and putting some specialists here, because all of these specialists get +1 training when you build a mine. So yeah, we got mines already. We could do, like a quartet of mining specialists, which we want to do 1 anyway, right? Because we want this for the extra money and the luxury. So we're already kind of heading down that road anyway. So we could just run with that and then put, like garrison, barracks, stronghold, or do it out here like we were talking. Or But whatever, yeah, doing it out here, we get this, and that gives us 2 extra growth, which does make this city tied with Babylon. So yeah, we'll longer term, we'll turn Eshnuna into Babylon too, as far as growth, and make it a troop center. So we'll put that on deck too. So this is the kind of planning, and you don't have to play a specialist game. You don't have to like think about specialized. You can just build your cities and produce them, and they all produce stuff, and that's great. You can totally do that. I do that frequently myself. But for this video, I just kind of wanted to demonstrate and start exploring the possibilities of, okay, so let's make this into an inquiry pump. Let's turn this into a really super productive troop center, and probably this guy too, right? Because he's a hunter. We got at least 2 good growth potentials here, so that's just like what Babylon started with. So I mean, this could also be a pretty monster growth place, and we could turn this into like Slinger Haven because we put Garrison Barracks Stronghold here, and this the hunters make super good slingers anyway. All of their slingers start with not only well, all of their slingers. Yeah, this is Babylon. So all of their slingers start with Sentinel, which uh, gives you an extra plus 20% both to attack and defense if you are inside Babylonian national territory. So you're, on the defensive fight, you're 20% better than every other slinger in the game in Babylonian territory. Well, that's pretty badass. So, we could specialize and just make slingers out of hunter cities, let Esnuna and whoever else make warriors. Babylon can just keep spitting out militia, and that covers defense right there. We got our militia hub, we got our infantry hub, we got our range troop hub. That's all we need. Then we can just build calves wherever because our calves don't have anything special about them anyway. So yeah, that's kind of the shape and direction we could go at. Let's hit end turn. I'll quit rambling and we'll see what else. But I wanted to just kind of outline, how, in addition to just fending off barbarian attacks, we actually have a cogent plan, and let's see how well we do in terms of executing that plan, and that'll give us and see if we. Nope, we're gonna lose King Neb. Well, that sucks. Okay, Persia's stronger. This event would actually give us a pretty good boost to our initial relationship. And since we about to change leaders, I think I want to do that. I want to give our new leader a good, and we're gonna right off the bat make use of this uh, caravan as well. We're gonna send our new settler up there. Now we are bigger. I think they either must have got. Yeah, they only have 2 cities. How is that even possible? Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. They should be bigger than that. Uh, I don't know. Maybe geography got the better of them, or I'm not sure. But we'll find out more about that later. For now, what we know is we got to. We finally met someone good We're going to improve relations with them. Good. We're going to get rich. Even better. And now we have to prepare to receive incoming. I don't want. So this guy's not going to be able to make landfall next turn, which means we will be able to get our slinger out. And he's a ranged unit, so he's probably going to get at least one hit on the city before we can kill him. But, and you'll notice I don't have anybody in the city, and that's because this guy can't actually occupy this tile. So in terms of defending the coast, I want to defend adjacent to the city to push him so he can't land here at all. And if he lands here, this is as close as he can get. Then when I get the slinger, I can put the slinger here, and then or ideally I would put the slinger here and let him land here. He's going to get his one shot, and then we dogpile him, and we can get all four of our units around this tile. These guys can just use intercoastal waterway, swing around, and then hopefully that's enough damage to kill him. So he gets one shot, the city takes 10 points of damage, and then he dies. That's our basic plan. I'm not going to deploy this porcelain until after King Neb dies and we get a sense of who's pissy and who's not. And in fact, hopefully, where's our? I have no idea where our caravan is, but hopefully it won't. Well, if it the longer it takes for it to get, oh, it's going to take long to get there. Okay, so we won't have cash right away, but when we get cash, oh, there it is. When we get cash, and this should reveal some fog. When we get cash, that will actually be a lot. Does it tell us how many? Caravan mission. Yeah, okay, so 800 bucks and 40 relationship. Well, I'll take it. And we can't build any more, so that's a one-shot deal, but we could get a deal maker and maybe wind up with some more down the road. Okay, so I can go here and not get hit. Oh, I got an extra move anyway. Okay, well, in that case, we're good. Um, yeah, so we're just gonna wait. We're where we need to be. There's nothing I can really do with this guy. She is actually way wiser than King Neb, so our research should actually improve because she has a pretty wise husband too. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna do well. Could we? I wonder. Could we do an intercession, right? Because he doesn't need to be alive for that. I don't think because she's doing the mission. So if we started that, could that be a thing? We're just gonna try randomly. We're gonna sell some food, and we're gonna try to uh, we're gonna try interceding here, just kind of at random, and see what that does. If it doesn't do anything, then we lose 150 bucks. If it does, then this mission fires, even though we lose the king. So let's just see. I've never done that before. We'll see what happens. Man, I'm going to be so glad when our iron count is higher than +7. That's really bad at year 26. Okay, so now we got problems. Yeah, we can do that. Rome begins the pyramids, so we're going to miss that one. Okay. Relationships. The Amorites. Well, shit. Okay. Uh, yeah, we're going to lose some stone. Eshnuna's building warriors, so let's give them athletic tradition. And I'll give the warriors that coming out of there more of a. Uh, okay, choose new guy. So a lot to do. A lot to do this turn. Well, the spending the stone did improve relations a little bit, so that's good. She continued to do her mission. That's good. Babylon is now a holy city. Well, that's good. So lots of good stuff. I'm gonna send the luxury to the sages. They're the ones kind of in the toilet. Our husband is generating 4 points of research for us. Our research is 40, which is fantastic. She's a schemer, so all of our scouts are always invisible. Gotta remember that. Nobody has landed yet. We're going to push this unit out. And now, yeah, so now next turn, this guy can land, but it can only land here. Well, actually, then, hang on. Let's do it like this, right? Why don't we push this guy to here and this guy to here? Because if dude lands here, we want to be able to hit him with as much shit as we can. Well, now we can hit him with warrior, slinger, and one militia. They won't. I don't. That's not enough to kill him. But that's enough to mess him up, and then that may wind up letting this guy through. So we're going to build. I don't want to dip into my stone anymore, but we need another defender, so I'm going to just build another militia. We just spent a bunch of stone. We need it to recover. I'm not putting more stone into that, so we're going to do militia. We got militia coming here in 2. We got, yeah, so we want right there because that's going to give us the extra sorghum. So this is going to be probably a hunter city, right? They've already got more cities, but I mean, we got to kind of be sensible about it too. So this city is eventually going to have 2 camps, a net, and 2 farms. I mean, this is a hunter city, whether everybody else likes it or not. Uh, so we're just going to have to give the other ones more cities later. But that, yeah, I'm not ignoring the fact that this is just a hunter city. It just is. So well, the other guy is just gonna have to deal with it. Choose new governor. We gotta do that. Okay. So let's. Well, I mean, this guy is good, but in terms of, you know, yeah, she's clearly the best choice. So we're gonna put her there. And we do have at least one other good governor candidate. So we need, well, first we're going to build a wonder. Some wonder. Don't care which one, actually. Just we want a wonder. We're going to do that. And then we're going to start putting garrisons down so we can get, okay, 6 archives. We don't even have 6 cities. 5 ranged units. I'm not doing that because I don't want to burn through 300 stone. I guess we could do 6 urban improvements. Okay, so what would it take? Take $1,100 to build the ziggurat. Okay, well we got 700 coming from 800 coming from the from the caravan. So I'm just gonna, for now, come over here and drop a quarry. We're gonna hold off on the wonder until uh, oh, this guy's over here. Yeah, we're gonna hold off on the wonder until this guy gets where he's going. That'll give us the money, and that should put us in the ballpark of being able to just buy what we need for the wonder. So we'll do that. All of this, we're going to do the mining, actually, we're going to do a mining diamond right here. So let's, we don't have, okay, well, we don't need any more food at the moment. So, let's do that to keep us going. Now, we are running a negative in gold. So next improvement, we're going to run over here and get the gold mining operation. This guy's gonna do one more quarry and then get this gold mining operation. That should fix us up. But yeah, the gold problem is going to get worse in the short run because once we plant this city, we're going to go more deeply into the red, and that's not great. But we're invisible scouts, so we're going to just brazenly kind of wander around the ocean. Okay, good. So the queen converted. No, not the queen. Catalyst. Use that. Yeah. Oh no, that's good. Okay. I don't know who that is exactly, but we need to convert to Babylonian paganism. That'll make the head of our religion a little bit happier. Well, it doesn't even actually have a head yet, but okay. This, we're going to come over here. How bad of a hit are we going to take? Fairly bad. Okay. Can we? We could. Let's sell this. Let's influence. Heal. As expected, this guy made landfall here. Okay, so we cannot. Alright, so let's just put you there as a blocker. We won't have enough orders to actually get the kill, but that's okay. And then we'll do a worker up here, and that's all for now. We had a lot of guys we couldn't get to that turn, and that sucked. But we did so far at least keep this guy from pounding on the city, although it looked like he probably gonna get his shot in. No, I actually can't, right? Because he landed here. Yeah, he can't hit the city. So far so good. Okay, that's gonna get a little tough now. Okay, oh shit. Okay, the Gallic outpost reports a raid. Now it's gonna start getting interesting. All right, so we added another little bit to research. We got to focus on combat first. I don't want to. I want to have enough orders to do this. Okay, so let's. Yeah, let's get rid of one. Alright, so we still got two, but I suspect No, this guy can't make landfall. This guy will get a hit on the city, probably. Alright, so we know they're coming for Babylon. We'll have a warrior next year. Okay. And we're just going to do a militia here as well. So far, this guy is safe. I'm going to send the newly minted slinger over here. We're going to focus more on, yeah, you're going to stay put, but we will give you, ooh, he got all kind of good promotions coming up. Okay, let's put as many of the workers to work as we can. Is that enough to get a mine cooking? No, we need to sell. Yikes. Alright, well that gets us a mine. And yeah, I'm not doing it. We're not selling anything else because if we sold stone to make stone, that would give us a longer payback horizon on stone. So we don't want to do that. Alright, so with a pair of raids, we were unable to prevent somebody from hitting the city. And the Amorites are now negative, although we got to fix him for that. Oh, he did not. Okay, I don't get that, but whatever. That sucks. That sucks even worse. And that sucks even worse. Okay. Uh, we're running a negative in the money. So I'm going to take Polis because that's going to give me the ability to build hamlets. Delver would actually be really handy since we're working on bulking up our stone. I'll choose the judge archetype, and we right now just can't afford to do that. So first thing we do is protect the worker. Second thing we do is kill something. Third thing we do is set ourselves up to kill the next thing. So next turn they're going to hit 3 times on our cities. And there's nothing we can do. That's going to suck. Okay. This guy, well, maybe not. We'll see if we can keep his attention focused here. That is all we can do. Build another warrior because we've now got 33 per turn, but unfortunately that is all the orders we have. Okay, so my daughter doesn't like me. My mom is cautious, but we can. Okay, so we can actually do things with these two numbers. We could get these both to please pretty easily when we get some money and some breathing room. So we'll start here. We'll improve these, and then we'll see what else. Okay, so they're negative again. Okay, so the capital, the city didn't take a hit yet, which is fantastic. Let's start with our militia. Let's see if we can set up a kill shot. Nah, it's going to take everything we have. Okay, but Nupur, safe for now. Uh, this guy, tell you what, you're just going to stay there and let him shoot at you. And you're going to come up and actually do the heavy lifting. And these guys will follow this dude. We'll probably land here, maybe destroy that. And we'll go up and, well, we can't send everybody away because we're going to deal with this too. Okay, so defense getting a little complicated here. And I want to highlight that the reason that is because we expanded very rapidly, and since we did that, it left us thin on defense in the short term. Now we're fixing that. We're just kind of randomly generating whatever crap guys we can, put together to throw into the breach. And so far we haven't lost anybody. So the net effect is that we are becoming, with each new unit, increasingly capable of fending off barbarian raids. But for the next little bit, this is going to be our life. We're going to have regular raids. We created this problem ourselves because we chose to give that city to the Kassites, which made them very happy. But now the Amorites are feeling jealous and they don't like it. So this is going to be a thing. This is going to be a problem, and we gotta use whatever opportunities we can find to make it not a problem. Now, one of the best ways, one of the easy ways we could do that would be to uh, develop a luxury. At the moment, we don't have that luxury because at the moment we're building troops so we don't die. Um, but as soon as possible, like Babylon, probably need to stop spitting out militia, or this guy stop spitting out warriors and spend some cycles on, yeah, okay, let's build let's get a luxury going. Then we get another plus 20 over here and stuff gets better. But in the short run, yeah, that's just not a thing. And this is, like I said, this is all a direct consequence of conscious decisions we made in the game. We didn't have to expand as fast as we did. We could have gone at a more measured pace and built defenses as we went. We didn't have to give that city to the hunters. It was a good hunter city. It was a very good hunter city, and that's why we did it. But we didn't have to. That was on us. Uh, yeah, we're gonna let Judaism come in here. No, we're not doing that. We will do colonies so we can buy tiles. This seemed to be working pretty well. We're keeping the barbarians at bay over here, although it's going to suck that it takes an extra turn to kill him, but, whatever. So far, all we have lost is a little bit of tile improvements, and that we can fix pretty easy. Okay. Well, I mean, tile improvement, dinged up or not, I gotta say, that seemed to be working. Can I Now all I can do is just get you into position. Okay. So by next year, we actually, unless we get another wave of raids, by next year we should be in pretty good shape. We'll be able to patch up this mine, heal up some of our units. Uh, Most of the pressure be gone up here. Yeah, okay. We came through that, I think, pretty well. Not exactly unscathed, but pretty well. Okay, that helps. We'll spend some of the money we just earned. That's a good tech for us. We'll be able to build some barracks and start making better defense. Okay, so let's get the troops patched up. Let's fix the quarry. Let's restore the integrity of part of the defensive line, right? Because we want to get that put back together. Let's send some more guys out here. We only got the one order left. Let's put a worker to work. We had a guy like already in position, right? And if we have a do we have a guy on a quarry already? No, we don't. So let's put this guy making metal. Okay. Well, this guy's pit. Well, actually, hang on now. Uh, okay, this guy's not as good, but he can hurry specialists with money, which is useful. So even though he's not a great, like from a stats perspective, but more importantly, this will improve this number. So let's do that. We're walking kind of on the edge of a knife here, but it's easier for me to get this from -1 to plus something than it is, from -20 to plus whatever. So, yeah. Okay, so on this guy, we're going to start going through the motions to turn this into our inquiry pump. And I'm going to do that by leading with this, because that's going to give me the extra point, is going to give me more stone, an extra point of civics, 1.3 to be precise, uh, and an extra point of science forever. And the way these tiles work, I'm going to actually just quarry everything around it so that we have a bunch of tiles improving this one. And well, that's a long-term project, but yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll turn, uh, we'll build the forum, we'll turn guys into specialists, and we'll basically just keep increasing our civics count because that's what drives that. But before we do that, I do need to solve the money problem. So now that this quarry is fixed, I think I'm going to hold off, except for training the specialists. I'm going to hold off building another quarry. Let's go over and get this mine in operation so we can, because this is a problem. This is a drag on the whole economy, and we need to fix that. That needs to be green, and we can make it green by building hamlets and uh, using these mines and all that shit. So that's what we're going to do. Well, you can see we are falling behind in the orders department by a lot. Um, And we have ways to fix that. We could build garrisons, but I am reluctant to build that garrison until we start our wonder, and we can't start our wonder until we get rid of this guy. And here comes some more dudes. So we're going to have, okay, so they're starting to build wonders. We're not giving up our tech. Okay, so we got to get defenders up there. Now I'm going to leave one slinger here, just to kind of cover. We'll leave them with their native slinger, and I will move. Let's get some defenders up here now because this will be the next fight. So I'll move two guys up here. So we got 4 dudes here, and that'll be enough. That'll have to be enough. This guy can't get the kill shot on his own. So we'll do it like that. Now let's come out here, and we can just straight up build the Great Ziggurat. Now we got to defend this because if a raid comes and whacks this, it's going to be bad. So I'm going to leave this militia, just park him on the worker, and then heal him up. He can just sort of be the, yeah, we got your back guy. We're going to call in the poor covered. Yeah, but we need to swing this warrior back over here so we can help deal with, and probably this militia when he finishes, because he's closer. So this militia drop back to the city or stays here, or he gets inside the borders, whatever. This militia and the warrior come up here, and we deal with the latest threat. This militia will just stay in Mari, serve as a as the basis for, whatever. I don't have any spare. Yeah, we can build a militia in the same frame of time, but this doesn't cost me any resources, so I'm gonna do a militia here. And I think, yeah, this guy's just gonna chop. Uh, we got plenty of trees. I can just chop his way to the camp and then build a camp, get that going. Then we got to come out somewhere. Probably I will just do a hamlet here. That'll give me 20 bucks. Well, that sucked. Okay, since I don't have the cycles to do a bireme on my own right now, I'm gonna just get the free one. It's only 2 turns, and we could use a boat to start putting a stop to some of this. So let's do that. We're gonna try. Can I get, no, can I get you over here? Yeah, is that enough? Yeah. Okay. And then this guy, I'm just gonna hold that tile with a worker for the moment, just to keep him from landing. I really don't like using my workers that way, but needs must. Warrior will plug that gap next turn. Okay, so see my niece. We will make her. I mean, I think she's too young to be a governor, but maybe by the time I get this shit sorted out. Uh, yeah, so basically all of our relationships are not. Shit. Well, we got a 50% chance of something good, but if we get the boss, that's going to suck. Okay, that actually worked out in our favor. That actually worked out in our favor. Okay, Babylon. The hell? Well, we could use another worker because Babylon's worker is tied up for the next several turns. So we need that. We could use at least one more militia, so we need that. And then we will assess from there. And I know, by the way, that I mean we can't drive everything that we've got. Like we're running out of orders before we do everything we want. So why the world would we add another worker to the mix? And the reason is because that's not always going to be this way. Right now it's this way because we're doing the raid response shuffle. But that's as our defenses improve. Yeah, we're not going to keep doing that. So we're going to be able to put those workers to good use. Okay. Yeah, I don't give a shit. He can just become. Okay, well, we could use that. That helped. All right, so let's. That was less helpful. Let's do. Yeah, let's just do a hamlet right there. Let's come out here. No, no. Let's see. Okay, why don't we do garrison, barracks, stronghold, like that. Or we could go, okay, let's do it this way. Garrison, barracks, and then range, So it won't be a perfect thing, but it'll be not horrible, and that gives us half an order. Okay. And then this guy, we're just gonna, no. I'm just gonna come over here and do the hamlet. And yeah, we'll make another warrior here. This guy still invisible. Okay. Wow. What a what a rough and tumble few years. Now, in the middle of all of this mayhem and blood and fighting and whatever, we are actually still going to, boat probably will come out here, and we're not going to mess with the Danes. I'll start building some of this. So, you come down here and kill this guy. You guys come over here and kill this guy. He fixes the broken line. And all of a sudden, we're looking. Okay. I wanted to check to see, did my food consumption drop if I put him back in the borders, and it did not. So that's fine. So let's see. None of these guys are in positions of import. We don't want to put a Kassite in charge, even they're already real happy with us. It wouldn't be bad to put a Chaldean in charge. Let's see what that does to the picture. Yeah, okay. So that actually, he's not super pleased with this anymore, but we had enough of a positive that we could turn that around. Okay, so we have our stonecutter. On that, we now have 15. This was 12. It's now 15.9 training. So this would take 2 years to make another one, and that's not bad. But then we're 7 years from uh, being able to do more. So we'll, but we could build a forum on top of that, so we could do another +1. Anyway, so that's going to give us 2 more civics. I'll push it up to, call it 18, right? Not quite 18, but close. Well, that's pretty good. So that means we could do an inquiry in like 2 or 3 years, and then sometimes less. So it's be 3 and 2, 3 and 2, stuff like that. That's pretty good. So that'll be fast research, even faster research. I think you guys, we've already caught up in tech with the Persians, and we're rapidly closing gap with the Assyrians. So, on the basis of, well, that's where we're going first. They just emptied out their. Okay, that actually worked in our favor, opportunistically. We're going to agree to peace with Persia. I don't have the money to do anything else. But so since our husband died, we can just go to the Chaldeans, who's our weakest link in the relationship chain, and pick up a new husband and get. Fuck, and you can come all the way down to the thing. Okay, well, I'm going to set you to God. I'm going to set you to strike. That keeps him from hitting the city. We're going to set you to. Yeah, okay, and we're done. But we at least have defenders in the neighborhood. We can keep him from whacking the city, and we can fight next turn. Money starting to improve a little. We'll get better. in the next couple of years. Maybe even turn slightly positive, and that'll get us our economy back on, you know, running at full tilt. And by the time we finish with this raid, we may even be able to squeeze in building a garrison. So that'll be awesome, and that's going to slow us down, but not the end of the world. Yeah, we don't even care. We want the wisdom. Okay. We want to focus fire on like one guy. We just want to kill a guy. I don't even care which guy, honestly. We just want to kill one guy a turn so that we don't have. We got the garrison here, but we're going to do barracks this way. So I am going to put a hamlet out here to push the borders. Trade culture freely or give her a point of wisdom to offset her. Yeah. Okay. So now let's just see. This is we're gonna take the time to build our first specialist, these gems. Now we're gonna get, that's gonna give us a luxury. And we need that. We need the luxury because I want to have other tools I can use to get family happiness under control and keep it that way. Uh, we are going to come out here and build a hamlet. And hopefully that'll start to close these borders up and give us more of this, more complete waterway movement. I'll just take our last move to randomly bust some fog. This guy is rapidly coming together. And then we have to wait, right? The city won't grow again for a while. It'll be 5 years. So once this is done, we're going to start on our first inquiry. I didn't take because it's not my turn. But this will give us the first inquiry. Now that we have the wonder going, and I'm going to run this video till the wonder finishes and we can see the results of some of our uh, yeah, okay. Assyria is stronger than we are they not? They're similar. Where the hell is Assyria? Assyria is here. I think Assyria is too far away to really get it. Maybe not. Yeah, I could be wrong and we could be in trouble now. But I think Assyria is too far away to cause us any major problems. So, but if not, let's let's do okay. So let's do this. Why don't we put our garrison right here? Can we do that? Why can we not do that? That's a coastal thing, right? Well, let's cut the scrub. Okay, why can we not do that? I don't know. Well, we can put the garrison here then. Okay, so we'll do garrison and then barracks. That's fine. Let's put a garrison here. Since this is, we keep getting, well, we got a raid here and it's, yeah, this will help shore up the defenses of Nippur. That's good. Over here, this city doesn't really technically need much of anything. Uh, I am going to have them build us another scout for right now. There's an island up here. I want to see what it is. We'll bust some of this fog away. We could always use another scout in longer term. Once he finishes scouting the north, then we'll have a scout we can send into toward the continent. So let's do that. This guy just finished building um, his thing, his garrison. So now we're starting to get some orders. But what I want to do here is because I can't. It requires 2 urban tiles to build a barrack, so I actually can't build a barracks in either of these places. But I can jump out here and do another hamlet, and then I can do barracks, and that should be okay. Yeah. Over here, we are. Yeah, you're developing, so that means I could do another hamlet, right? No, it's only one. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're not doing that. This forest isn't going to stay, so that's like garrison, garrison, barracks, I guess, or I don't know. But yeah, so can we do another garrison? We need 80 stone. We could get that. Yeah, we could get that. Okay, and this is going to start boosting our order count. We're going to focus on garrisons. We're going to install some additional governors, and we're gonna start putting some more facts on the ground. So this is good. This is oh shit! And I had all these guys sitting here, and I totally didn't do anything with them. That was just stupid. Okay, we're gonna pay for that. That was just me being early in the morning, sleepy, not paying enough attention, and we're gonna pay a price for that. Yeah, no, it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Okay, we totally want forestry. Don't care, whatever. Now this is a good thing. Then let's back this up. So here, and this is something I have to update in the user manual. But like here, in an earlier iteration of the user manual, I said, "Oh, the game's trying to give you free stuff. Let it." Yeah, okay. I'm not tying up my research for a full turn to get a free worker. We got enough workers, so yes, if there's something, I would, and I'm going to change the guide to reflect this. If there is something in the free cards that you want or need for your empire, by all means take it. But you have to measure, you have to compare that against what you're losing. You could tie up one city for a couple of turns, like what? It would take Babylon, what? It would take Babylon 4 years to make a worker. So I tie up one city for 4 years to get an extra worker, or I idle my entire country's research to get their worker. I don't want to idle the country's research even for a year to get a worker. This is not a good deal to me. So yeah, I would. And like I said, I'm going to change the wording around of that in the user manual because it's not really that cut and dried, right? You don't just arbitrarily, oh yeah, well I got this, free thing, so I guess I'm just going to take it. No, you're not. You're gonna really sit back and think for a minute. Okay, what is this going to cost me to get this free worker? Uh, and at least for me, and maybe for you as well, uh, that cost isn't worth paying. It's not worth idling your research for a whole turn just to get one extra worker. So, but you have to make those kinds of calculations when you're presented with those sort of choices, and that's what we're seeing there. Okay, legal code. We may be able to do that. Yeah. So let's choose that one. That's going to give us +7 additional research. No brainer. Let's do that. And this will be good. We'll get to see the first use of the inquiry pump because we just finished our forum. So we now have 17.9 civics. Part of that's being dragged down by the fact that we have 3 levels of discontent, which is negatively impacting all these numbers by 15%. So this number will continue to drop as discontent increases. Right now, it's dropping. Takes us 3 years to make a festival. It's dropping 42 in that time, and our festivals can only uh, offset 20. So festival right now is not a good way to make this number come down. So we need other tools to do that. But for the moment, we're okay. We're making an inquiry. We're doing an inquiry in 2 years, and the next one will be uh, in 3. But this is going to help our research, and it's going to help us get to those other tools that will bring discontent levels down. So that'll be awesome. Yeah, so we want to put you back a little so we're not in the line of fire. We're just going to heal you. Ain't nothing to worry about over here. We're going to bring you closer. Babylon is going to work on another luxury for a minute. We got some breathing room. So let's get these luxuries online so we can have more of a security blanket when these numbers invariably turn south, and they will. We know they will. So let's just get ready for that. Um, I don't like just having a single boat, all eggs in one basket. It's a longer term project, but while we have a minute, and besides that, see the boats we can actually start to use to intercept these assholes so they're not coming out, you know, and yeah, okay, we will anchor there. And then as soon as we deal with this, we're just going to grab whatever guys we got here and we're going to head that way. Now, with that in mind, though, after Babylon finishes the Fisher, he's going to go to work on the Settler because we're kind of eyeballing knocking this camp out of commission so we can, so that's a thing. We can actually upgrade this guy to a spear, and we have the juice for that. So while we have some spare orders, let's go ahead and do that. That'll give us at least one next generation attacker. He's actually stronger than those guys and back on par with those guys. So we need another spearman upgrade, but our other guys are healing at the moment. So all right. Uh let's start by influencing this guy. He's on our council. We're relying on it. If we can get his relationship up, we start getting more of a bonus. And he's got good stats, so he will actually give us a pretty good bonus. That's training in civics, and we could always use more training in civics. Now, let's get as many workers to working as we can. we're going to get back on the mine kick because we want to start relying more heavily on uh, warriors and spears rather than building more militia. We got uh, militia have their uses, but I wouldn't want that to be the backbone of my army. We got enough militia. We need to get some real combat soldiers on the line standing next to them so we don't have a big. Now we're going to start getting some more money. We fixed the money though. You see, the money is now running positive, so we're going to continue to improve that. Um, we're running a negative in wood, but that's because we got the bireme, and that's going to get worse before it gets better. But we have a fix for that coming, so I'm not too worried about running a temporary negative afford it because the rest of our economy is solid, so we can afford that. It's just we got to keep an eye. We can't let anything go in red too bad or for too long. Is the thing. So you got to kind of try to balance the factors of production so that you don't have anything weighing your economy down. But right now, we have definitely moved into the part of the game where, from a resource prioritization standpoint, food and growth are becoming a whole lot less important. And now we need the raw materials that support the military. So we need metal, we need an increasing amount of wood. We're still going to need stone for pretty much everything. If you want to add more slingers, that's stone. If you want to add more buildings like garrisons, which we do because that's going to boost our orders count is the garrisons, then that's stone. So I mean, all that in and now we're starting to see the maturation of the system. Now we got such a cool tool, and we got two. I can just tell from looking at this, we got two garrisons complete because we now have some more government candidates, one for Eshnuna and one for Kasura. So let's go to Eshnuna. This is our troop building center. So let's just see what governor candidates are available. And we're going to specifically look for guys, since we're building troops and stuff out of this, we're going to specifically look for guys that boost our training production. Well, this is our guy, but he's old. He's the ambassador, and he would lose us money. So that's not the guy. Can't be the guy. So this guy is not actually really good. He would give us a little more training, but he would increase our discontent. But you know what? Given what we're doing in this city and the other stuff we get, that's not actually the worst thing. So let's just do that. We'll put the Gaul or whoever, yeah, he's a Gaul. We'll put him in charge there. So then let's go to uh, Kasura and see. We got a robust guy. Orders sold. He's hired. Just on that alone. Okay, and that's all the right. The ambassador we can send on a mission, but do we want to? I think we kind of do. Let's go ahead and send the ambassador trade mission with Persia, and that actually does all the Diplo stuff that we can do. So that's good. Now let's deal with this. Uh-uh. So I want to get him weak enough that Slinger can get the kill shot. This guy is just going to step into the breach. Slinger gonna start chipping away at him, and that should enable me to upgrade this cat. Yeah. Well, when we get okay, okay. So now we got two spearmen, and we could actually land on this island, but we don't have anybody to do that, so we're not gonna get anywhere useful. So okay, so we got some good governor appointments. That's awesome. Our number of orders count has gone up quite a lot. That's awesome. Let's see. We got to figure out what we want to build here. We have some citizens. this is going to be our troop center. So I'm going to do another miner specialist because that's going to give us more training. Yeah, yeah. So, and I don't want right now. I spent or sold all of my metal, so I don't want to sell this to because we're going to need that for more garrisons and stuff. So let's see. Can I? Yeah. So I can move here, and we got 20 trees, but I'll have enough resources that I can. So we can get this pasture cooking next turn for another half of an order. And again, I'm just that's the focus right now. Let's get that order count up so we can effectively respond to this stuff. And we've done that through a variety of different ways. We've got I need to get actually yeah before he does that he needs to come up and fix his quarry or somebody does. This guy can do it. So this guy run over fix the quarry. He gets to do what he was doing. I mean, we're still a long ways behind the AI in terms of orders, but we are we are getting there. All right, I'm gonna pick up drama just cause it's cheap tech for us. Dude is gonna run over here, repair. Uh, yeah, yeah, we're definitely taking the love shrine. I wanna get rid of that discontent. Oh wait, shit. Yeah, don't do that. Let's buy it up. We're going to sell the food, buy the rest, and not give him enough to start on the pasture. Now, let's see if we can kill this guy without using our. Yes, so we've preserved our slinger and our two spears. So now, let's get these guys over here and go to work. Alright, so we want to kill that camp in 5 years. He's going to get the crap knocked out of him, and there's nothing we can do about it. Uh, but we will be able to land more guys and swamp this. And I don't even care. We'll probably swap him out, put the warrior there, put this guy on the hill back here so he can, or maybe in the forest. We'll find a home for all of these people that can. Well, we won't occupy this tile because what will be the point? But we're basically just gonna flood the zone, right? We're gonna put a guy here, swap him out with somebody else, put a slinger up here, and then these two tiles will be empty. And that's yeah, we're just gonna keep beating on that until that camp goes away. We've already got a settler lined up behind it. And now that both of these are done, you can see, I mean, this is going to give us 4 extra culture. That Shrine of Marduk is now contributing an extra order to the mix. Uh, this will be contributing half. There's half. So you can see that we're starting to get the thing finished down here. The inquiry finished down here, and that's what helped drive us to. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just put in at least 2 more inquiries and just let them shake and bake. Well, actually, what we got a citizen now, so we could theoretically. Okay, but we need food. We don't have food. We need what? 20 food. All right, we're gonna do 1 inquiry. No, we'll do 2 inquiries to get food. Then we'll put this, and then we'll assess and see, what we got. Now over here, the next thing is we're gonna start doing uh, barracks, and that'll start getting Eshnuna now has 9, starts with a base of 8, but we added this. So it'll have 10, and then figure +2 for barracks, so +4. So this will go to 14. Well, jumping up from 9 to 14, these guys only cost 60 training. So 14 is roughly is about a warrior every 4 turns instead of every 7 turns, and that's pretty awesome. So I guess let's run this until we take this camp. That's a good logical cutoff point. We won't have this troop thing, the troop pump set up, but you are starting to see, the fruits of these efforts. This stuff's starting to come together. Napur is becoming a good little inquiry pump for us, speeding our science along. We're slowly getting our shit together up here and turning Eshnuna into a production troop training powerhouse. We're doing the wonder order thing out here uh, to give Babylon a leg up. Now, does Babylon have any shrines that? No. See, none of Babylon's shrines are combat oriented. But one of the other things we wanted to do with Eshnuna too was to give it the shrine of Astarte, I think it is, uh, to give it a growth kick. Right, where is that? Oh, it's not in the thing, it's in the worker category. No, Shrine of Ishtar. Shrine of Ishtar gives us +2 growth. So we want that somewhere in here, probably right here. We'll put the Shrine of Ishtar right here, and that give us an extra 2 growth, which will bring Esnuna up to 16. Now we're starting to get somewhere. But that'll be for later. For now, we'll just run this up through capturing this camp. It'll give us another example of here's a larger, amphibious assault with a civ that doesn't really have any obvious combat advantages. Their obvious combat advantage is research, but that doesn't by itself get you anything. So it does take some time for you as the player to turn your research advantage into whatever sort of advantage you want to see. Yeah, we're not doing that. We want this guy to be endeared with us, so that helps. All right. So what does he give us with? Yeah. So as the ambassador, he's producing, he's improving relations with our neighbors by +45. Improving relations with tribes by +45, and his negative discipline is only hurting religious relations by 5. Well, that's good, and that might be an edge case where it would be worth if we get an opportunity to give him uh, a +1 discipline to reduce that bonus further. Yeah, that might be a thing we look at doing. I don't know. Her husband died again. I don't know if she's killing these guys off or what, but we'll marry someone else again. And these guys didn't do dick to this. So we're just going to leave the spearman there. We'll bring this guy over. We'll bring this guy over. And we just took the camp. Yeah, it's not worth the level of discontent to me to get a warrior. I'll just take the 2 citizens. So I suspect this is going to he's going to probably attack the warrior. We'll swap the spear out for the warrior next turn so we can hit him with 2 spears, 2 slingers. It's going to be a while. It's going to take like 2 rounds to kill him, even with that. But that, well, we took the camp, so I guess we'll kill the last defender off, and then we'll be good. So over here, we weren't really doing much of anything over here actually. I've got the stone to set up a barracks over here, so let's do that. And then over here, we are going to continue to go for money. Actually, wait, this is the Chaldean worker. So we want him over here doing the first barracks. And that's going to give us 1.8. So, and this is cool because the Audison's workers build urban improvements faster. So he's actually going to have the barracks done in 2 years. So by the time, okay, this is actually the point we want to stop. So in 4 years' time, we will have the 2 barracks and 2 miners, and let's see what that does to Nuna's time to build a, a troop. We'll check it because right now we got a training of 9. So in 4 years, let's see what we're able to do with that training of 9. And up here, we are, I think, just going to build a forum because that's going to give us the extra point of civics. I don't want to spend any of my resources. That's a pretty resource light build. Forums are just 20 stone, and I can part with 20 stone right now, but I don't want to go crazy with spending those resources down. This guy going to go back over here and do some more money. And while we have a minute to breathe, I want to get some of my guys healed back up. So next turn, inquiry, second inquiry finishes, drama finishes. This extra research will just carry over to the next tech. And we'll see what kind of stuff we have to work with. We got 2 luxuries we could give out. Gems and pearls. The Chaldeans like gems, so they will get those because since that's one of their preferential luxuries that has a bigger impact, we'll just dole that out even though they don't, strictly speaking, need it. So we'll make it a priority to do that first thing. We'll probably get to pick a husband. We'll do that. And then we'll see what else we got cooking. Okay. So we didn't get a religion. We didn't get our own religion at all. Yeah, we're not doing either of those. I could live with that. So let's do that and it'll improve uh, relations with Persia. Okay, they're within 1 point of each other of wisdom. He would unlock Caravan as governor. He's timid. I want the Caravan guy, and he happens to also have the highest wisdom, which is doubly good. Let's get a new law, essentially. Okay, so over here, we're going to do barracks. And this will be good because if I put a slinger if I put a warrior on here and here, they'll be able to guard the coast, keep things at bay, and earn XP while they're doing it. So that's awesome. Over here, we're going to swap these guys places. We're going to actually swap these guys places. That brings my slinger a little bit closer. They're going to take some hits. Man, we almost killed him. We could actually kill him this turn and then just reestablish the anchorage next turn. But we don't need the anchorage till the settler's ready. Then we have a bireme. We do. We have a bireme cooking in 4. All right. So then next turn, what we would do, although I'm stopping the video here, is I don't want this to get too long. But what we will do next turn off camera is these guys are going to come in toward the shore, and Byrene going to come over and start intercepting. And we got a couple of militia I can kind of throw in front of them to screen. And then if we need some help dealing with this, we can always reestablish the anchor and, uh, you know, bring guys back to bust them. But I think probably what we'll do is this guy will just be on roving patrol, and then when this guy finishes finally, we'll know we're actually the timing's not going to work. Settler will be done in 5 years, so this guy will need to be the one we use to reestablish the anchorage, and we need to do it the turn before this completes. So he'll have a few years of potentially hunting uh, raiders, but then we need the anchorage back so we can get this new city planted, and it will probably be an Amorite city because relations and stuff. So we'll look at that. But again, that's all for later. Let's just finish this turn up and then we'll stop this video. So we're sending gems here. We're going to send pearls here. And that gets everybody to the green. That uses up the luxuries that we discovered. And let's see. So we have a new governor in Nippur because the thing finished. So let's do that. And we're looking specifically for guys that increase our civics. So, it actually may behoove us to switch the queen down here. She'll help with the stone production down here, and she will give us a lot of civics, which we could really use to help pump these inquiries out. So I think I'll do that, but of course, in doing that, now that creates an opening in Babylon. So let's go back to Babylon, and we'll put, yeah, so this guy wouldn't be horrible. We could put him in charge. And then, do we have anybody else? No. But we could, like the ambassador, could do a trade mission here, right? And the leader, we could do a leader thing. And this guy's kind of pissy with us. So we could sell off enough food. Requires not influenced by me. Okay, well, let's just go through the leader roster and any of the family heads that are not yet influenced, we'll just do that. Reign by whips and chains. Okay, so we could either gain 2 points of charisma and the law of slavery, which will help with the discontent, or we could gain a worker and a spearman. Dude starts conspiring with the queen in a couple of cases. All right, slaves fill my court. Yes, but there's one great irrational fear that keeps you awake at night. Okay, so well, I like the cultural level boost. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. Oh, well, it looks like we did get uh, a religion. Did we not? No. It's founded in Panormus, which is Persian or Carthaginian. So we didn't found one, but it spread to our holdings. Okay, so that's the game. That's the game. We we've got everybody. That was a big turn. Good turn to end on. So we have successfully, I would say at this point, we have successfully moved beyond the frantic scramble for zone defense that we put ourselves in by expanding faster than was probably safe. We could have avoided some of that at least by taking a more measured approach to expansion, and then we wouldn't have had to be doing the shuffle. A couple of our cities took some hits, and so we could have avoided a good chunk of that anyway if we had done things a little bit differently. And we struggled through a rebellion and some rocky times with the families because of city assignments and all that. And like I said, that's pretty much a self-inflicted wound. All of those problems arose specifically because of how we chose to approach the game. We make a different choice, and those outcomes change. They're probably not as dire. I personally don't mind having 20 or so turns that are kind of nail biting in the early game for smooth sailing for the rest of the game. And that's pretty much what I think what we're going to see here, because by expanding very rapidly, we get cities on the ground sooner, and then those more cities faster start to produce more stuff faster, which once you build up your defenses beyond a certain point, now you can start flexing some muscles. And that's what we're doing here. That's the physical manifestation of Babylon beginning to flex its muscles a little bit. We expanded really rapidly. We hunkered down behind the line of militia because that's what we had. But now the economy is kind of starting to mature a little bit. We got more advanced tools. We got better troops. The technology is starting to pay off. So now we're starting to assert ourselves, and we're saying, nope, the barbarian raids stop. And we're going to make them stop. And we can make that stick because now we got enough guys and enough tools to do that. So this probably will not be the last barbarian raid that hits our shores, but it will be the last time we have to dance and dance to the tune to prevent it. If anybody gets on our shit at this point, we're just gonna take them out. I mean, we're strong enough that that's not even a thing anymore. And we got points of weakness. I mean, this is the defense over here is a little thin, but the defense over here is a little thin because historically these guys haven't seen raids. Where we've seen raids is here, we've seen raids here, and we've seen one raid here, two raids here. So we do have these guys have shuffled back and forth, but really the zone defense has been here, and that tells us some important stuff. That tells us where, again, we can see they're actually close enough that we can see them in this case. But in most cases, the raiders are coming from a little bit farther away and they're hidden in the fog, but it doesn't matter because you can see where they're coming from, and that gives you a way to track them back to their homeland, even if they weren't visible on the map. You still know where they're coming from, so you still kind of know, okay, well, there must be something over here because we keep getting raided from over here. So that makes it pretty easy. Once you get assets in the water, you can trace the barbarians back to their home and then figure out what you need to do to prevent that shit from happening going forward. And that's what we do. And you've been able to see through just a couple of videos the progression of how we've grown the resources and when we focused on certain resources to the exclusion of others. And we really haven't, even yet at year 46, we really haven't put a lot of time specifically focused on these things. Although when we started talking about oh yeah, I wanted to run the video through the end of this. So yeah, okay, we'll continue a little bit further so we can see the fruits of Nuna's efforts coming to bear. So now we're starting to think about these resources. What specific city would it be most beneficial to really bulk up the training points? Now we want to bulk up training points everywhere because training points are just generally useful to have. But in terms of building troops faster, Ashduna is kind of our is kind of our go-to place for infantry, or at least it has been. So yeah, we want training points here. But honestly, we want training points even in cities where we will never build troops, because that's just going to give us training points that add to the national pool, and of course that's what we want. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. So boat, let's come out here and just whack this guy. We'll move these guys over. Uh, yeah, we'll just get them kind of in the neighborhood. Now up here, Babylon's not building a lot of troops, but yeah, I think I want Babylon to build barracks, because even if we don't build troops out of here, that's 2 points that's going to get added to this top line number. Whereas Ashnuna's training points, they're building troops, so that's not going to get added. So uh, now we want, well, this guy's done, so let's come over here and do your barracks. Then this guy will do another mine just because it's adjacent. We got the adjacency bonus. And then this guy, we intentionally built another scout up here specifically so we could do this and see, and that's so we know, okay, there's going to be raids coming from here. Well, we got this boat coming, and we got some guys. So we could actually probably, just using this stuff, we could probably cobble together, like, let's just upgrade this guy to a spear, for example. And we could do that by doing some of this. And then we upgrade this guy to a spear. So now I would say we're like halfway to having enough we would want to at least meet them at parity. So we'd want like 4 units, maybe 3 units, and the militia would do it, something like that. Um, so we would either need another slinger, or we need to reestablish that anchorage, grab a guy off of here and send him over. And then we can make this our next thing. Now, these guys haven't raided us yet, but it's inevitable that they will. So why not just nip it in the bud? If we can get this, then we can prevent a raid from ever occurring in the first place. And this is a safe city site. It's hella far away from everything. Same with this is probably a camp too. So I mean, yeah, these are going to be incredibly safe. This would be good places to build naval units. We could this could be like our own little pond, and we could just have a safe spot to build naval units until we're sure we have enough navy and they're better ships that we could move south in force and then start exerting our dominance on the waves. Uh, but that's like just a longer term thing. So for now, we'll do this. Uh, yeah, well, I'm not going to pay them tribute. I don't even care if they're stronger than me. And they're not, so we're not paying them any tribute. They are the biggest that we've met, though, so far. So, I mean, they are, uh, we need to be mindful of that. We need to be respectful of that, but we're not going to be antagonistic dicks, but we're also not going to just lick boots either. Okay, so we got good relations with two people that we've met. These guys are landing, but they're landing hella far from. Uh, yeah, we're gonna take spoked wheel because that's gonna give us another a chancellery position, which is gonna give us. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a whack at this guy. We're gonna pin him here on the coast. Actually, kill him. Okay, so just having this boat here has made this a whole lot easier, and these guys didn't even get close to the city this time. So that's what I'm talking about. Yes, we got another raid. Yes, that sucked. No, we didn't have to dance a bunch of people around. We just, a boat and three militia took care of business, and now we're done, or practically done. So that's handy. Now over here, we got another thing. We got a citizen, but we have enough juice now that I can do this. We're going to take a break from our inquiry pump, and we're going to turn our spare citizen into half an order for us in like 2 turns, which is crazy good. Uh, Productivity and Eshnuna. So training has already gone to 13.2. We could build a warrior in 5. We could build a spearman in 6. I'm just going to build a warrior because I don't have the trees, and that's fine. But speaking of trees, we do have the lumber trade. So let's, yeah, I'm not going to do that. But we will certainly take peace with Egypt. This, I love the Pathfinder thing and all that, but this gives me a free specialist, and I'm all about some specialists. So totally doing that. And that was a specialist on a luxury anyway, which is even better. And we could give this luxury to, oh, actually, Chaldeans love dyes. So let's give it to the Chaldeans. And that just makes them redonkulously happy. So good. Uh, so what are we going to do? We're going to come down here and we're going to, no, we're not. I don't want to do that. We're going to come over here and we're going to do a lumber mill because we need to get, uh, we're running a deficit. That will turn it into a slight positive. And yeah, so she's a schemer. I keep forgetting. Okay, well, let's bust some fog away from the coast, and now we starting to uncover the mysteries of the world. And we got next year we'll check out. So this should actually drop from, instead of going 5-4, it should drop 5-3, or pretty close to it, come close to it because of the completion of the barracks. We've done this, so these guys are just gonna hang out. We'll give them a guard promotion. Hanging out. Hanging out. Yeah, hanging out. And these guys are all just gonna, they're pretty much where we want them right now. Put you out of the city center. Okay, so this will be our last turn because we got the barracks done. This video is longer than I uh, intended for it to be, but there was a lot of good stuff to cover here, so I wanted to make sure we hung in until we hit all the high spots. And we basically worked through the entire uh, grindy phase where we were struggling to deal with the early barbarian raids because we expanded more quickly than was advisable. It was cool that we got to do that live on camera and see how that worked. Oh, well, I'm totally doing that. This is in Mari, where Mari's right here. We already got 2 dies, so okay. Well, let's yeah. Becomes a deal maker, becomes a besieger. I'm gonna take deal breaker because I want to have a couple of different options for caravans. All right, this guy moved out to sea. Can I? No, he's too far to whack him. even from that hill. Okay, well, next turn we'll kill him. And then we got to get the anchorage established. Well, reestablished. These guys can just hang out here. Okay, we got barracks. So we'll do barracks here. Yeah. And now this is what we really wanted to say. So yes, with these two cranking out, so we've got two from here, collectively two from here. Let's drop to three, and we can make a spearman from a cold start in 6 or a warrior slinger in 4. And there are other things we can do to improve this, like we got 3 citizens to work with, so we could. Takes 40 food. Okay, well let's just sell off some stuff. Oh shit, not like that. Jesus. Yeah. Okay. Now let's buy some food. Okay. So what happens if we, decide to take a little break from building troops and we want to add a specialist? Well, here's what I would do in this case, right? Because this city is strong culture, so we can rush by from here. So what I would be tempted to do here is like we queue up an officer. Now queuing up the officer will give us 2 training instead of just 1, so that's going to bump training point to 17 and change. It'll give us a point of research, and all of that is good. But the real magic of officers comes from, let's press F1 and just do it, right? Officers. So officers can be built here and here. Uh, requires barracks range, costs a citizen, leads to master officer. Once you get a master officer, that's 20 XP for new units, and that you get extra point of research. That leads to the elder officer, which is 50 XP for new units. So if we were to put 2 officers down and raise them both to masters, that's a free promotion for every unit that this city builds right out the gate. You build them, they can get promoted right away because that's 100 XP and you're done. But that's not all you can do, right? Because you can also build 2 ranges, and if you put officers on those ranges, well, they give you another extra 100 XP. So now you're looking at a level and a half. And this city, I believe, didn't they? No, we have a city that has, was it martial tradition? Which one of those was that? Oh, maybe it doesn't show up in the projects list. I know we got an event, and I think it was for Eshnuna, but I don't see it now. Anyway, we got an event that was martial tradition, which gave an additional plus 25 XP for melee units built. Well, that stacks with all the other stuff. And then now we can start, at that point we can start doing some cool things too, like let's say we have a general who gives whatever troop he's assigned to plus 6 XP per year. So we do that, and then that warrior or whatever starts making 6 XP per year. Well, if we park him here, he double dips, so he also earns 10 XP per year from this, plus 6 XP per year from the general. So now he's going to get his next promotion in, fast, and he already started with a free level because we've got officer. We'll have officers here. And then if your next leader is a commander, every idle unit gets 10 XP. So that stacks with all of that. So you're getting the free XP for generating the unit here in the first place, plus 10 from the commander, plus 10 from the barracks, plus 6 from the general. And you could get, this super highly promoted unit super fast. And that's really the value of specializing cities to a degree, and we've just started that process here. So this is still super early days of that. But what I would do here is like build this guy, and then when it came up to his time, I would rush him. So we're not clogging, and this city is supposed to be for building troops. So anytime we would add an officer, we would definitely want to just rush him out the gate so that this gets done and we don't uh, clog up the build queue building officers here when the purpose of this city is really troops. We want to keep this one focused on troops. We just want to do stuff that makes it easier to do. And you can't always do that. We let a couple of these specialists just slow cook and build naturally, and that's okay. I mean, if you don't have the civics, you don't have the civics. So that's what you just do. But where possible, when it comes time to, augment your troop pump or whatever you're working on, you definitely want to blow through some civics if you got them, just to speed the process along of getting those specialists and whatnot out of your build queue, so you can focus on what that city is actually designed to do. And so that's where we'll stop the video. I just wanted to be able to demonstrate a couple of the things that we're working on to good effect. And this guy's going to go back to doing an inquiry right after we finish this for the order. And we wouldn't have even stopped at all, except we're on a quest to get more orders, and I just happened to be here. So, kind of had to balance the priority. But we have been ripping through the tech tree at a really blistering pace, and so we're beginning to reap some tangible benefits from that. But I'm gonna stop the vid here, and yeah, that I think is a good. I hope you guys found that helpful. I'll have another one soon.